Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another one in my vlog series that I do through the Memphis Songwriters Association in conjunction with the blog that I write for them, talking all about songwriting and what has worked for various artists over the course of a handful of years, whether those songs have been hits or not. So in this latest kick, we've been talking about story songs, example songs, and hybrid songs. We have not looked at any of the hybrid songs yet, and so we're going to dive in there. But thus far, we've looked at story songs and example songs. We have looked at the song Lily Rosemary and the Jack of Hearts by Bob Dylan. We looked at Chemistry by Semisonic, and those were our story songs. And then we also looked at Welcome to the Future and Moving Out, Anthony's song, as example songs. Now we're going to shift gears and talk about hybrid songs. These are stories or songs that are stories, but then also give examples. And so it's kind of a mix between the two. And everybody that I talk to about this particular concept, they're like, well, some songs are both. And so that kind of got me thinking about, oh yeah, what songs are both story and example songs? So we're going to start off with one of my favorite songs. I think I discovered it somewhere around eighth grade. And this is a song called You Can't Always Get What You Want by the Rolling Stones. I'm sure you have heard it. If not, you definitely have missed out. So lyrically, this particular song talks about many common occurrences, such as running into your ex who's with another person and making conversation with another person while standing in line somewhere, while also capturing the zeitgeist of the 60s protests. Like, I went down to the demonstration to get my fair share of abuse that was prevalent throughout Let It Bleed, the song's parent album. Each particular verse gives examples of the thesis in the chorus. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you might find you get what you need. To me, this is not a story song because, not fully a story song, because all it does is give examples without a significant conclusion, but then it also follows these things sequentially, right? And so it's not fully a story song, but it's not fully an example song either. And so that's exactly what makes it work. Melodically, this particular song is written in the key of C and uses C and F, the one and the four chord, throughout both the verses and the chorus. The solo before the last verse uses a pattern of D minor, A minor 7, F, D minor, and G, which is a 2, 6, 3 pattern, and then the G would, of course, be the 5 chord. So it would be the 2, 6, 3, 5 pattern there. And then it goes back to that CF pattern, again, that 1 and that 4. And that is followed by D and F, which is 2 and 4. When the vocals come back in singing You Get What You Need, it goes to the C and the F, that 1 and that 4 again, and that pattern gets repeated as the song fades out. Before any instruments come in, the London Bach Choir sings the first verse and the chorus, and then the acoustic guitar comes in along with the bass, the acoustic being played by Keith Richards, bass being played by Bill Wyman. Along with this, you hear a French horn, which is played by Al Cooper. I know I talked about Al Cooper before because he snuck in to play organ on Like a Rolling Stone. Cooper also plays organ on the song, which can be heard most prominently during the solo and outro of the song. Percussion was handled by Jimmy Miller, who is the Mr. Jimmy that gets referred to in the third verse, and Ricky Dijon, who played the congas, maracas, and tambourine. Should be noted that this song is absent from the normal bluesy sound that the Rolling Stones had become known for. And this was one of about 4 songs, the others being Wild Horses, Dead Flowers, and Country Honk, that were inspired by Graham Parsons' California sound, which is a lot more acoustically driven. Structurally, this particular song uses a verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus structure, not counting the first verse being sung the first time by the choir. The last verse is a variation on the first, and the second time around, there's a bleeding man in her glass instead of wine and a footloose man at her feet. It was also revealed in the last verse that she was practiced at the art of deception instead of the first line, which was, I knew she was going to meet her connection. Even though this is a hybrid song, um, like I said, there's kind of this anthemic realization that you can't always get what you want, and it's very appropriate to have that. It lets us hear more examples rather than getting bogged down with a long chorus to tie the story together. And because it is as it is, right? The song is already over 7 minutes long, so that's just kind of a structural choice at a certain point. But there's still plenty of information that gets thrown out there. So that is our first example of a hybrid song in this particular blog and vlog kick. We're going to look at one more hybrid song next time, and that is Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Cage the Elephant. So I hope you take a look at that. Hope you listen to You Can't Always Get What You Want again, hear it in a slightly different light, because it's just absolutely phenomenal. It's linked below so you can listen there. I am Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in.